What's up, guys? It's Intense Investor here, coming at you again for another episode on my YouTube channel. Tonight I wanted to talk about how to set up a pre-search node. I've had quite a few people ask me how to set that up, so I want to go through a step-by-step breakdown on that process, and I want to try to make it as quick as possible, but so you can still understand it. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So guys, I got a little step-by-step breakdown here on what you're going to have to do to set up the presearch node. You're going to want to go to nodes.presearch.org, set up a username, password. That way you'll be able to get into the node dashboard where you can make your node, you can monitor it, you can see if it's connected or not. You're going to have to download PuTTy at www.putty.org. I'm using the Windows version. You do run this on your Windows desktop. That's your native desktop. That's your computer at your house. It's not running off of VPS. And then you want to make a Kucoin account, because I think that's the best place to get presearch coin. You need 2,000 coins to set up a node. I'm going to buy a little bit of presearch coin on Kucoin as I go through this guide, and then I'm going to send it to my presearch wallet address, and that wallet address is inside the presearch dashboard area that you send that to, like from Kucoin. You're also going to want to buy a cheap VPS, which is a virtual private server. This is what you would call like a headless VPS or a node, as we're going to have to use PuTTy to access the VPS using a username and password that you're going to get from Racknerds.com after you buy the VPS. And I recommend buying the cheap one, which is $22 per year. It's 514 megabytes, KVM. It runs fine. I've been running 24 nodes, and I'm using that exact same one. I do got a link in the description if you're interested in using my link. I do appreciate it. Like I said, Racknerds is going to send you that IP address and password that you'll have to put into PuTTy. I'm going to show you how to do this. That'll allow you to set up the node and begin pre-search. Will be able to begin processing searches. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I'm going to run through it, and I'm going to talk it through as I go. So just try to pay attention, and if you miss something, just go back in the video and try to rewatch it. I'll try to be as thorough as I can, but appreciate your support. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Alright guys, so you're going to want to go to the presearch website. That's nodes.presearch.org /login. You can click up here on join, and you'll come up. This little box will pop up where you can put your email address in, your password, and then you click sign up. So I would just do that step first. It's an easy one to get out of the way. So when you log in, you're going to see this screen here. It's the main nodes.presearch.org screen. You want to click on Node Explorer. This will pull up how many tokens you got staked, available to stake. You can look at how many rewards you got. Looking for it. Let's see. So the rewards accounts from actually doing searches. So that's the cool thing about pre-search. You can actually make money off the searches that you do, unlike Google, where they don't pay you anything. So you can transfer these rewards over to your savings account. As you can see, the savings account is the rewards I'm getting from the actual nodes. So like I just said, the rewards account's what I'm getting from doing actual searches using pre-search. And it's really similar to Google, except you get paid for it. That's really the main difference. So here we are in the nodes dashboard. Once you go down here, I got 24 nodes running at the moment. And most of these were set up on October 7th, October 8th. I've made around 1,200 plus 127, so probably like 1,327 there in rewards. That's from the searches and also the nodes running. So you can see this reliability score per node. Most of mine are in the 80s, and then I got a couple in the 70s. But I wanted to create the 25th node tonight just to show you guys how to do it. One thing you're going to need from this page that's really important is your registration code. I'm not going to view it, so you can't see my code, but you are going to have to copy this, and you're going to have to paste it. That's the wrong one. You're going to have to paste it into this yellow section here, you know, like right there, copy paste. And then you're gonna, when you do this node setup, you're gonna copy this whole block, and we're gonna put that into PuTTy after we enter our IP address, username, and password into PuTTy. This is the next thing you do, and after that, everything kind of sets itself up, and the node starts listening for people doing searches, and then you get paid for each search that people do. So that's pretty much how that works with that. And I'm going to put a link to this document on my Google Drive so you can download it. So you'll pretty much have your node set up, your initial, where you'll copy this block. Make sure you put your registration code here that I just showed you from this page. And then sometimes you might need to stop and restart. For all, these are for already set up nodes. You can copy this, paste it. It'll stop and restart your node. And then there's repair a node where it needs to do an update or something. You can copy this one and paste it. This is something I had to do when the nodes upgraded. When they upgraded, I think from the previous version here, I had to go through and run that on a couple of nodes, because if they stop working, you'll see this connected little socket plug-in, like electrical plug-in sign. It won't be there. It'll just be blank. So that means your node's not connected. But as you can see, all my nodes are connected at the moment, which is good. So that's kind of how you tell. And when you do buy your VPS here, I recommend buying this KVM virtual private server 512 megabyte plan, $22.99 a year. They're going to send you an IP address. I usually I didn't do this at first, but I wish I would have. I put the IP address here in the description. That way you could always find it. So like if this goes out and it's not connected, you can always go to your email. You can search for this IP address, and it's easy to find it, especially if you got a whole lot of nodes. It makes it a lot easier, because if you don't know which one it is, it makes it hard to find it. So I got 24 services, which are 24 VPSs going. When you look at these, you really can't tell, you know, because they don't really show the IP address on here. So that's why I recommend when you buy one of these, they're going to give you the IP address. Like I said, put it in the description for whatever node that is you set up. That way, if this goes out, you can go back and find it very easily. It's just an easy little step to do, but it makes a big difference, because then I know exactly what node it is, the IP address. I can log in to PuTTy and I can run some code, you know, to restart or repair an already running node. So works pretty good like that. So the next thing I recommend doing is making a Kucoin account. That's probably the best place to get presearch coin at the moment. You can go up here to markets, and then you can search for pre, and you'll see it come up right there. So it'll come up to the trading screen, right? And you can mark it by pre right here. So I need a little bit more pre-search coins. I need 2,000 to start a node, right? At the moment, I only have 1,200 to make a node. So I'm going to use a little bit of money I got on here. I got $172. I'm going to buy some pre with that, but it's in my main account. So I got to transfer it to my trading account. Confirm. Then we'll go to trading account. Go to pre. Type in pre. It'll come up. You're going to hit trade. We're trading with USDT. This takes a little bit of getting used to, but just do a market buy. Say you do 100%. So we're doing market buy. I'm just going to do 100%. I'm going to hit buy pre. As you can see, it was successfully placed, the market order. I'm going to click Kucoin, go back out. Make sure it bought enough. 725, that should be enough. I'm going to transfer it back to the main account. You always got to do this in KuCoin. You got to transfer it between main and trading account. So now it's back. I'm going to hit withdraw. I'm going to go back to my presearch node. I'm going to hit transfer. That's transfer right there. And I'm going to say from the blockchain. And this is my presearch address. You can see where I've transferred some previously. So send your pre to this address. So I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to go back. You're going to put that in. That's ERC20. It is a ERC20 Ethereum token. So, wow, their fee is a lot on here. It's 150 pre. So I'm only going to get 575. So I'm going to hit confirm. That's going to transfer it to my wallet here. So I've now sent my pre, which is right here. And you'll see it come up as processing. So we'll give it a little bit. And we'll see how long it takes to get to this address. So when this does show up, it should show up in my available to stake balance. I'm still waiting on it. You can hit refresh to see if it shows up, but it might take it a little bit. It said it might take it a couple minutes, so I'm gonna give it some more time. So while we are waiting, I would go to www.PuTTy.org and hit download. If you're using a Windows platform right here, you can download PuTTy. Click on this link. So you could click on that and then you'll set it up. You know, it'll go through some prompts, but it's a very simple program. There's a place you put the IP address after you buy the VPS server, which we're going to go through here in a second, and it'll connect you to the VPS. So that's why you use PuTTy. That is its intended use, is to connect you from your Windows computer desktop to your VPS. And then you run this code that I was telling you about to set up the presearch node. And don't forget to enter your registration code, which is on right here. It's on the dashboard, presearch dashboard. You just gotta hit the little eye so you can see it. I just want to keep it hidden so nobody steals my registration code, obviously. But while you're waiting your coins to get to your presearch dashboard, go ahead and download PuTTy. So click on the link, download it, and you'll have that ready. So after you buy your VPS, you'll be ready to go. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Racknerd.com. We're going to click on VPS and then KVM VPS. Then we're going to order this 512 megabyte of RAM, 1 vCore, 15 gigabyte RAID, 10 SSD, 500 gigabyte and 1 gigabyte per second bandwidth for $22.99 a year. That's all you need to run the presearch node. I don't need a lot. It's plenty right there. So you click order now. It's already got Docker installed. Like some of the other setup videos for presearch nodes, you'll hear them talking about downloading Docker. But the good thing about this, it's already installed. You don't got to mess with it. All we got to worry about is buying the node. Buying the VPS, running PuTTy to connect to this VPS, and then running that piece of code. And we've already transferred our coins to our presearch dashboard. So they're waiting there to be staked after we get the node running on the VPS. The location don't really matter here. Actually, it only gives you Los Angeles, so that's the only location anyway. So we're gonna hit continue. Oh yeah, make sure you buy the Ubuntu 18.04 with Docker installed. That's the one you want. Because without that, you got to install Docker, like I was just saying. So we're gonna get that one. We're gonna hit continue. You'll see your information. You'll probably have to create an account. So, make sure you use my link. It is in the description. And I do got a link for when you buy the VPS if you want to use it. I do appreciate it. You don't have to, but if you did watch my video and you decide to sign up, just use my link. That'd be cool. I do appreciate the support. So I prefer to use cryptocurrency, BTC. You can use USDT to pay for this. So click I have read the terms and agreements, complete order, and then you hit let's see, BTC, pay with cryptocurrency. It's unpaid. It's got your info here. Hit pay with cryptocurrency, and we're going to use Bitcoin. So click that. You'll got to send them that much Bitcoin, 0.0004100 BTC. So you got that selected, hit checkout, and then it redirects you to a new page. So we're going to send this much BTC. I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to go to my Exodus wallet. I got a little bit of BTC. So it's like 2355. And then you're going to copy this address. And then you're going to paste it. So I'm going to send this amount, like it says, this 0.00041, just like it shows here, to this address to pay for this VPS. And there's the address. It's got a little check mark. We're going to hit send. And this is the Exodus wallet, by the way. It's a good little hot wallet if you want to use it. Just be careful with it. Don't put a lot of money in it. I just use it for smaller amounts like this because it's good for that. And you will see paid. So it did get my BTC like that quick. So yeah, it's been paid for. Now I can go back to Racknerds. So it says welcome back. Shows my one invoice right here. Let's see. It says unpaid, but I think it's just processing. So let's just give it a second and wait for it to process, where I just bought this new VPS. So it did confirm my order. It said I'll receive a confirmation email shortly. So when I get that email, it's going to contain the IP address and the password I'm going to need to put into PuTTy, and I'm going to use PuTTy to access the VPS. It's a Linux VPS, so that'll allow us to run the code via the PuTTy interface, if that makes sense. So I just checked, and the VPS I just bought, you can see the newest date on it being November 29th, 2022 is now active. So we're going to check my email, get the IP address, and put it into PuTTy. And then we're going to log in to the VPS, and I'll show you how to do that. And we'll complete the setup, and I'll talk about a couple other things, and that'll be it. So you'll get an email like this from Racknerds. It'll have the IP address and your password. So you need to put the IP address in PuTTy. So we'll pull that up. So we'll copy IP address and we'll put it in PuTTy like that. And then we'll hit open and you'll hit accept to connect. There's a security alert, hit accept. So we're going to log in as root, and then we're going to copy our password, which is in the same email that we got from Racknerds. Then you're going to right click, but you're not going to see anything come up, but it's there, it pasted. So then you hit enter, right? Okay, so now you've hit enter, and now we're ready to copy and paste our command right here. But first, we need to copy our registration code, right? So I'm going to do that real quick here. I'm going to insert my registration code here. Then I'm going to copy all this and then paste it over into this spot right here. Okay. Like I said before, your registration code is right here. So you copy this and then you're going to put it where this yellow box is where it says enter your registration code. You're just going to delete that and then paste your registration code there. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come over here and copy it into PuTTy, okay? So we're going to copy this whole snippet of code with our registration code in there that we got from the pre-search dashboard. Then we're going to pull PuTTy back up, and we're going to right click, and it'll paste everything here, including the registration node code. And then we're going to hit enter. So now it's setting up the node. It'll run through all the code and everything. You get the blue P, that means everything's good to go usually. So now this is what you should get. The last line, node is listening for searches. These should be the last lines you get right here. It should show pre-search node, the version, and then the node is listening for searches. That's how you know you did it right. So, you know, if it don't go right the first time when you enter this code up here, then go down here and also do this one as a repair. And there's a little plugin right there. So everything's working good. And you can see all my other nodes, I just had 1,000 state because that's what they allowed you to do. But now you got to have 2,000 on any new nodes. So that's pretty much it with setting up a node. Now, if you do see these go out from time to time, you will need to log back into PuTTy using the IP address. You know, you use root as a username and then use the password that the VPS provider sent you, which was Racknerds. And then I'm going to put a link to these codes right here so you can use them for yourself, you know, in case you need to run some code or something. This repair code works really well. If you get an error, usually that'll bring your connection back up to green if you run this code right here. And all you gotta do is copy, and then you'll paste it, you know, over to here, and then hit enter, and it'll run the code. So also don't forget, you can make money by just using pre-search to search things, you know. Also, I think it give you a little bit of per search. The nodes themselves make about 0.1 pre for every search. So, you know, it adds up over time to a good bit of pre. So, good way to make a little extra passive income. They are running on a test net at the moment, and they are going to eventually spread to a main net. So that's something to keep in mind. So when the main net launches, they're probably going to be an uptick in what people are making. So this is more of a future play than anything, but I'm pretty excited about it and the potential of it. You know, it's a decentralized search engine. Google's so centralized right now. I think a lot of people are wanting to get away from it. So pretty exciting stuff. I would try to use it if I were you. It works pretty great. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got for tonight. Be sure to check out my Twitter, Telegram, Discord. Links are in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And I do appreciate all of your support. And you guys have a good night. Thank you.